Ice Nine Kills was formed in the year 2000 by 15-year-old Spencer Charnas and Jeremy Schwartz, who went to high school together in Marblehead, Massachusetts. Charnas became interested in macabre ideas in his art as early as 6 or 7 years old, as he explains in an interview with Alternative Press. When I was very young, maybe 7 or 8 years old, I was vacationing with my family in Tucson, Arizona, and we were on our way to see a movie at night. And we passed this car and it looked very suspicious to us. A guy was putting a body or something in his trunk, like a duffel bag. For whatever reason, it really perturbed us. So the guy got in front of us and started driving away, and we actually called the police because we were actually really concerned that this guy had killed someone. He noticed that we were following him, so he sped up, turned off his lights, and took a right really quickly. Although nothing came of it, this always led Spencer to wonder if he had crossed paths with a killer. Naturally, he became very interested in science fiction and horror. The name of the band was originally Ice Nine, named after a substance from Kurt Vonnegut's science fiction novel, Cat's Cradle. They started off as a cover band, but one day, after attending a Goldfinger concert, they were inspired to start writing their own stuff. That's right, Ice Nine Kills started off as a ska-punk band.
Let's go!
To learn how Ice Nine became the horror metal powerhouse they are today, stick around to the end of this video. Wait a minute, that's not the CZsWorld intro? And that's not the Horror History Library? What the hell's going on here? Let's take a look at the channel. Pumpkin metal. Band history. Pretty handsome awkward host? Oh wait, that's normal. Okay, I don't know who this pumpkin metal guy thinks he is, but he probably wants you to see the rest of the Ice Nine Kills video by clicking this card, and there'll also be a link in the description. And when you're over there, he probably wants you to subscribe to Pumpkin Metal and let the bell toll for notifications so you don't miss new band history documentaries uploaded every month. What an emo freak! Let's just go through the rest of the videos on the channel though, just so we can see how much of a loser he is. But if you just want to see the rest of the Ice Nine Kills video, you're not missing anything if you leave now. Ronnie Radke, lead singer and creator of Falling in Reverse, was born in the morning of December 15th, 1983, which he describes as the coldest day. He was the younger brother of Anthony and also had a half-brother named Matthew. Ronnie and Anthony's lives were most affected by their mother, who had drug problems that eventually led to her abandoning the family, leaving Mr. Radke alone to take care of the boys from a young age. Ronnie would later go on to write a song about this called The Day I Left the Womb, where he describes when how he was born, he took a piece of his mother and she took a piece of him. Metaphorically, of course. Oh wow, he did one on Ronnie Radke. Doesn't he know Ronnie was canceled by Karens who think Terrifier 3 shouldn't be allowed to play in theaters or exist, and people who look like they were born out of one of those bowling ball cleaning machines instead of their mother's womb? Actually, I might have to cue this one. Say what you want about Ronnie's questionable social media activity, but you can't deny his story is inspiring. Okay, what else does this white boy have on offer? Dewey Finn, known for his work in the band No Vacancy and for his short time teaching rock music to children at Horace Green Prep School in New York, is easily considered one of the biggest rock icons of the 2000s. Dewey's unorthodox way of life and teaching methods led him to inspire kids at Horace Green to believe in their talent as musicians. Dewey managed to get the kids to perform together at WROK's Battle of the Bands, and while they didn't win it in the end, it was their legendary performance that won over the hearts of the kids' disapproving parents. School of Rock, huh? I actually get a lot of requests to do horror history episodes on non-horror stuff. And I always forget that School of Rock was directed by Richard Linklater. Dude has done over 20 films and they're all so different from one another. Honestly, I'm gonna cue this. Looks like a fun video. Okay, what's next? How about this? Boys Like Girls formed outside of Boston in 2005 in Andover, Massachusetts, thanks to the lead vocalist Martin Johnson. At 19 years old, Martin recruited bassist Brian Donahue, and drummer John Keefe, who often goes by the nickname Beef, brought on guitarist Paul DiGiovanni. In 2006, Boys Like Girls' self-titled debut album sold over 700,000 in the US and earned a gold certification from the RIAA. But before mainstream success, like many artists, Boys Like Girls started at the bottom. As Massachusetts publication The Andover Townsman wrote in an interview with Martin, "We were living in a rat hole attic apartment and John slept on the kitchen floor. We were practicing every night and eventually got evicted due to noise. Then we all moved into my dad's place in Andover."
If you could see me now, we could move on somehow.
What's this guy's deal? Like half the bands he covers are from Boston. And does he not know that it's not 2006 anymore? Actually, what did happen to Boys Like Girls during the 2010s? You know what? This looks interesting. I'm gonna cue it. Now here's a band from a city I can get behind. Let's check out the Fall Out Boy vid. Fall Out Boy was formed in 2001 by friends Pete Wentz and Joe Troman in Wilmette, Illinois, a small suburb just north of Chicago. As teens, both Wentz and Troman were fixtures in the local hardcore punk scene, playing in several bands that ultimately fizzled. Their most noteworthy pre-fame collaboration was a brief stint with the metalcore band Arma Angelus. Wentz started the band and asked Troman to fill in on bass when their regular bass player wasn't available to go on tour. This was the summer of 1999, when Troman was just 15 years old. Here's a clip of Arma Angelus performing live with Wentz on lead vocals and Troman on bass. The band's run was short-lived. Frustrated and looking for a new outlet, the Friends pledged to start a pop-punk band, a genre that seemed to be going through kind of a renaissance at the time before turning into what Troman called the swoop-haired, eyeliner-clad, sad emo boy movement of the aughts. He says that like it's a bad thing. In any case, the Friends were growing leery of the hardcore scene. Wentz was tired of screaming into the microphone every night. He and Troman wanted a more commercial sound with crossover appeal inspired by mega bands like Green Day. In this new band, Wentz would play bass and Troman would handle lead guitar, the same roles they occupied in some of their old bands, the ones that failed. Now, all they needed was a drummer, and songs, and a singer. No big deal, right? A 2-hour documentary on the entire history of Fall Out Boy? Alright, I just gotta respect the hustle on this one. Can't knock the hustle. I guess the only other video to check out is this short. After 8 years of horror history and things you missed, today I'm announcing the launch of my new channel, Pumpkin Metal. On Pumpkin Metal, you'll find documentaries covering the full history of some of my favorite, and hopefully your favorite, pop punk and metal bands. We're talking emo, post-hardcore, and everything in between. Like Ronnie Radke's digs towards random civilians on Twitter, these videos will go deeper than other videos you may have seen before, really focusing on the lore and stories behind the titans of alternative music. The name Pumpkin Metal comes from this one time when someone asked me what type of music I listened to, and I said punk and metal, but it was misheard as pumpkin metal, and I thought to myself, pumpkin metal. That sounds kinda cool. And to you old heads who are gonna complain about the lack of an episode on The Clash or something, it is going to be geared towards pop punk and pretty much whatever I feel about talking about under the metal umbrella. Wait, Metal Umbrella. That sounds like a cool channel name. I gotta write that down. The channel is live now with band histories on Ice Nine Kills, Boys Like Girls, Falling in Reverse, Fall Out Boy, and The School of Rock. So check out Pumpkin Metal and let the bell toll for notifications so you don't miss an episode, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, mic drop. Okay, he's convincing. I'll link the video and channel, and I'll just let you guys scope things out for me and report back on whether this guy is Kino or not. Alright, go over there right now. This guy's day up.